Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to the continuation of the viewer requests. If you were not aware, we are doing viewer requests over on the community tab over on the channel. If you are interested in submitting your own requests, there's going to be a post over on the communities tab. It explains all the rules and things like that. What I'm looking for, you can see what other people have suggested and things like that. I initially said I think Friday afternoon was when I was going to do the cutoff. I think I'm going to stick to that, maybe Friday night or Saturday morning before I start recording OST Saturday, thing like that. So I'll keep you all up to date on the post as well. But if you are interested in getting your requests in, hop on over there, and I look forward to seeing what you all suggest for me. Today, N.Flying. Sorry if I don't know how to pronounce that properly, so I'm just going to do it letter by letter. Thank you for your request. You suggested N.Flying's live version of Flashback. Now, I have not heard Flashback in a hot minute. Never heard this live before. And this is an absolutely gorgeous song. So I'm tremendously excited for it. Let's just jump right into it. I feel like I want to be talking more in between, like actually listening to the song and things like that, but I don't have the time to talk all that much. But I'm in a very talkative mood today, so I don't know how we're going to deal with that today. But, N.Flying, here we go. Gentlemen, what do you have for me? That was such a nice lead-in into that guitar solo opening.
익숙한 날에 낯선 이 기분은 변함없길 바랬던 내 마음 탓이죠.
Admittedly, I don't know the N.Flying members at all, apart from Koisung, who we checked out on his collab with Hongi. So I'm not gonna be able to pinpoint who's who. But we're just gonna vibe along to the music anyways. Oh, that high note live hits so much harder than in the studio version. You can feel the effort going into it, rather than on the studio version where it's going to be perfect all the time. Speaking of, though, their live sound is really good. And also, shout out the AV team, because they got the audio balancing really good. held that note. Okay. Oh.
어느 날
Let me crank up the volume a little bit more.
내게 주었던 그 사랑 얘기는 다시는 잊을 수 없는 큰 설렘이었어.
Oh, the silence.
고마워. 전하고 싶은 내 말의 의미가 놓쳐버린 진심인가.
That is breath control.
알았죠.
Oh, that was a chilling interlude.
말하던 너의 표정의 의미가 놓쳐버린 행복일까. 알겠죠.
Whoever the guitarist is for N.Flying is really good at that like retro rock style of guitar playing. He's got the sound right, he's got the playing style right. You know what amazes me about that performance is just how stable they are. Like the instrumentals, sometimes when you get a band that plays live, their solos and their instrumental sections don't sound as polished on studio albums. Or like as polished as they do on studio albums. And that's to be expected, you know? It's human nature to not be perfect every single time you do something. And the charm about live performances is the little imperfections here and there. I'm genuinely convinced that this live version of N.Flying's Flashback might be better than the actual studio version. Like, no cap. That also may be me. I'm a very big fan of live performances. I'm under the impression, and I'm under the mentality of, if you have the ability to hear something live, go and hear it live, because you are going to have a newfound appreciation for the song and the artist. N.Flying, gentlemen, that was stupendous. That was unbelievable. The thing is, this song does a little bit of everything. If you look at it from a rock standpoint, it's a nice anthemic song. The energy of the song is very feel good, but it's also got the emotional capabilities of a ballad built into it. It's like oh, there's an 80s song. There's an 80s hair metal song that I'm thinking of. Well, I see the sound of glory rage. I'll Remember You by Skid Row, I think. Oh no. It's been a hot minute since I remember you. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of Skid Row's I Remember You. It's also got the same like kind of like ballad qualities, but it's also like anthemic, but it's also got that like hair metal or hard rock influence. It's those three like subgenres of rock put together, and this song really does remind me of that. It's got the anthemicness to it. It's got the emotional bit of it. And it's just an all-around, an entirely really cohesive rock package. Like, I want to go back to
다시죠 그리워해도 내일로 가야죠 내 마음을
like there's a hint of balladness to the song. And the song does builds so well. Like, even the fact that it is performed live, the thing with live performances, for a good performance, it takes both a really good artist and a really good sound team behind them to make it sound good. The sound team for N.Flying are really good. They've got balancing so well. The vocals can be heard, the instrumentals can be heard. They're not overwhelming each other. It's just mixed perfectly for a live performance. And the way the song builds, and this, like, the sound team are allowing the song to build, like, with ebbs and flows and things like that, perfection. And peep the live harmonies too. That build is so well done. You're essentially left to bear the full brunt of the flourish in the chorus, and they do it in such it's a very gentle slap in the face, because you have this, it gradually descends. This pre-chorus, the energy slowly descends, and then you get that high note, and then a brief moment of silence, and then everything kicks in. And there's the anthemic nature of the song. Oh, such a good chorus. Oh my goodness. When the live performance is better than the studio recording, you know they've done a good job. And this, like, I'm not listening to this, like, in person live. And when was this recorded? This was last year. This was February last year. So this would have been still during lockdown? When, in South Korea at least, they were, like, starting to open up. But regardless if there was a crowd or not, they have the power to just hold attention from a crowd. Like, you know what? Actually, let's go back to it. Fake drop. Hoesung's little solo moment here. If this is being done without a crowd, then it kind of makes sense. But if there is a crowd here, and he has the power to just shut up everybody in the crowd, like, there is not a single chirp or sound or squeak anywhere in the venue when Hoesung is on his own on stage, and I think that is so cool. It's so captivating. Oh, there are people there. The power this man holds over the crowd is absolutely unbelievable. I don't know how big of a venue this is, but the fact that just him under one spotlight singing without any instruments, and you're left to hear the reverb of his voice and just the power of his voice, and has such a hold over the crowd that you don't hear, like, the crowd shuffling in the background. You don't hear cell phone cameras going off. You don't hear the occasional scream or cheer or shout in the background. It's deathly quiet, except for his voice. That is tremendously powerful.
다시는 잊을 수 없는 큰 설렘이었어
still quiet.
놓쳐버린 진실일까?
The ability he has to also like introduce vibrato and take it away before he runs out of breath is super cool. Because as a vocalist, vibrato tends to come in when you start running out of breath and that vocal stability starts to waver a little bit. Sure, you can add a vibrato to add more color to your voice without running out of breath. That's perfectly fine. But typically, on a long held note like that, a vibrato is when you start running out of breath. But Huesung on the mic introduces that vibrato very gradually towards the end, takes it away before he completely like cuts the phrase off, and that is tremendous vocal control. That's super cool. And God, his high tones are just piercingly powerful. Like it just pierces through any fog or cloud. It's tremendous. And then this re-entry. And this little like post-chorus like little interlude section gives me a lot of oh my goodness, it's giving me so many 80s references to songs that I can't remember the name of. Reminds me of a Slash guitar solo in a way. Kind of it just kicks in at the end of the song, but I said I was in a very talkative mood today, and I'm completely entranced by this. Like, the performance is brilliant. The song is amazing. The entire package is just tremendous. And it also gave me the reminder to try and learn this guitar solo to this. Because it's not, I don't think, a terribly complicated guitar solo. I just need the right sound and the right time to actually learn it. So thank you, N.Y, for this suggestion. This was tremendous fun. It has relit a fire within me to play more guitar. So this was so much fun. I'm gonna go and bookmark this so I can come back to it at a later date and just experience the glory that is this song live. But that is it for me today. Thank you very much for watching along with me and listening to me incessantly ramble about music. If you did enjoy and want to see my channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog of stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. Also, if you want to submit your own requests. And if you don't watch this video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye-bye. If I can find a freaking button. There it is.